Okay, we're going to do a real quick garden tour. This is Susan's garden, April 2024. I think today is the 25th of April. Anzac Day.
Yes.
Very important day.
So I don't know how the beets always end up so many weeds.
Yeah, sure, she's pulling weeds out of her beets. And you see she got some of her onions up past the squirrels.
Some of them, yeah.
And just beyond her there you see the cabbages.
That's the early cabbage that I planted. I don't have all my cages picked up that are going to go in there.
You got to peek at the camera.
Okay, the cages are going to move in. Weeds, weeds, weeds. How can they grow so fast?
Yes, this area between Susan and me right here, we tilled it again the other day. Got a bunch of weeds, but there's a few poking out. Yeah, it's hard to get them all.
It'll have peppers.
And those cages are going to be for peppers?
And maybe a couple eggplant, maybe. We'll see. I think so.
Yeah, she got some habanero plants.
Yes.
So she's going to be planting habanero peppers.
And I have a sweet pepper called lipstick.
Lipstick pepper.
It's a real pretty red. And as we come down to the next bigger cages, those will be my super sauce tomatoes, which are plum tomatoes. They don't ever grow very tall, so these are the perfect tomato cages for them. But they have nice big plum tomatoes that are great for sauce and cooking. So
okay, those are going to be tomatoes in those cages.
I'll probably either plant them this evening or tomorrow morning. And
those are going to be tomatoes over there too?
Any of these cages are tomatoes. And then I have the later cabbage that I just planted, so I kind of had a shade over it.
More cabbages. She's
going to uncover the shade. They probably don't need it now. I may use it over something else.
So that's her second cabbage planting there.
Yep. And some pretty scrappy looking beets into this really crummy soil. So
yeah, between those two little raised beds, she's got some beets.
But then I have Freckles lettuce.
Freckled lettuce.
And those actually are supposed to be spinach, but I don't know. It doesn't look much like spinach to me. But that's
kind of looks like spinach next to it.
I guess, with some onions around it. And I love my beautiful red lettuce that's seeded in from last year. It's just so pretty.
Yeah.
It tastes the same, but it is a really pretty color.
That is pretty.
So.
Okay, and then the big project today, we were pounding steaks.
Steaks. It's a new idea we're going to try.
So right here, what we've got two trellises set up on either either side of the garden path here for her pole beans. So we got.
I usually plant rattlesnake, and I think that's what I'll be planting again this year is rattlesnake beans. The idea is they grow up. I'll be planting them on the outside. They're going to grow up, and I'm going to put just some branches off the trees across. So maybe they'll make an arbor.
Make a little arbor here out of climbing beans.
Yeah. And my potatoes, well, they've been pretty sporadic. They're not exactly like last year.
Here are the potatoes.
Yeah, I didn't plant as many, and they certainly did not come up the same. And then I planted some green beans.
Where are the green? Oh,
see these little wood. There's a
two little
twig
sticks there. Yeah, we got two rows going that way. What's in this row right here? Right here.
Oh, that's a later potato that hasn't come up yet.
Okay, that's a potato that hadn't come up. So there's another row of potatoes.
I planted it later.
There.
I bet they just planted it. It's not been but 4 days, 5.
And she's going to be putting some more tomatoes down here.
The kind that are taller, you know, that are indeterminates that really climb. Probably I'll do a yellow tomato and some of the others that just, they need more height. And I'll do, let's see, I have 8 cages over there. I'll do 10 cages here, and that's all the tomatoes I plan on doing.
And then down here we drove a few more stakes. She's going to have
cucumbers
here and
some other
one other little panel of pole beans.
We think.
Down there. That's the plan right now.
We don't know. We might find something else that climbs.
Cucumbers on this end, and then one little panel.
And probably right in here is where the zucchini will go. A couple of zucchini, maybe some squash this year that doesn't spread a whole heck of a lot because that's not a lot of room.
Yeah.
But
and then you've got arbor there, down there for sweet potatoes. Let's
yeah,
go
that's
down,
what we put in today.
go down to that. We got our sweet potato arbor fixed up down here. Right here. Here's where we're going to be growing sweet potatoes along here.
And we've been harvesting the rhubarb. Several people I've given rhubarb to, plus I have some too.
Yeah. Yeah, but if you show up and ask for rhubarb, I think she could give you rhubarb. This her rhubarb patch right here. She just pulled some this morning for some friends that visited. So anyway, that's what's happening with the garden right now.
Still plenty of weeds.
Lots of weeds. Yeah, the weeds were getting ahead of her hoe, so we brought the tiller in and we ran through the sweet potato patch here, that patch over there, and this area right here. Retilled all of that this week. So, and it knocked the weeds pretty good, but you can see over there she's still got she got weeds to flip out of there that survived the tilling.
And as soon as the rest of these kind of show themselves, or I replant it, then we're going to straw this.
Yeah, you're going to be strawing the potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's it. That's the garden, but I think we're getting it structurally put together.
Yeah, getting the garden together pretty well.
Okay, I think that's it, David.
I think that's about all. I see a mole made an ugly hill out there in the yard last night.
Oh, I see that too. And the berries are not blooming yet, but I think it can't be very much longer before all those berries.
It's almost time for blackberry winter, so those berries will be blooming pretty soon.
And my garlic is flourishing.
Anyway, very nice garden.
Thank you,
right
with
along.
your help.
Okay, thank you all for visiting. We'll catch you later.